Hi everyone, welcome back to Megan's Creative Arts. If you're new to my channel, thank you for joining us today. I have this easy and beautiful warm blanket. I am just calling this Purple Heaven, but you are going to end up doing 3 stitches, and as you can see, it is very warm. You cannot see my hand through it. This is what it looks like on the back side, or you could call this the back side. It looks the same on either side. It does kind of create its own little border. So it does these little shell border or little curve ripples, whatever you'd like to call it, the wave. This is the beginning area. And here's the top. It does a very, very slight wave, so you don't have to put a border on this, but you can. And this size is, I just measured it 36 wide, and I only did about 30 long. This is just kind of a smaller baby size example for you today. I did use the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the purple. This is a 4-weight yarn. I will use it for our example today as well. And I used a 5.5mm hook. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this, I'll give you 2 options for the chaining. I did a foundation row, which is a row of just single crochets. If you want to do the foundation row like I did, then you're going to be chaining in multiples of 3 plus 2. So you're going to chain 3 sets of 3 as many times as you want for the width of your blanket, and then just add 2. If you do not want to do the foundation row, then you can do sets of 3 plus 1. For the size I did chain around 116. So that is really up to you. I have fallen in love with these ombres colors. I just like the way they go from light to dark and back again. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 33 plus 2. So again, you're going to make it as wide as you want it in multiples of 3. If you're going to do the foundation row, which I call row 1, you're going to do plus 2. If you don't want to do a foundation row, you're going to do plus 1. And now I've forgotten how many I did. 2, 9, 30, 32. Okay. If I use stitch markers, it'd be easier, but I don't like to use them all the time. All right, so if you're doing the foundation row, starting in the 2nd chain from your hook, this loop does not count, only these finished ones. So we're going to skip the first one, and in the second one, you're going to do a single crochet. And you're going to do a single crochet in every chain across. For the foundation row, if you are not doing the foundation row, you can skip this part. I just make I think it makes the bottom look a little nicer. Okay, so I'm just going to do a single crochet in every chain down, and I will meet you at the end of the first row and we will start the actual pattern. Okay, I am at the end of my first row. So again, this is the foundation row. All I did was single crochets all the way across, starting in the second chain. So to start our actual pattern, I am going to still refer to it as row 2, even if you didn't do the foundation row. You're going to chain 2 and turn your work. And then you're going to do what I'm calling a shell in the first stitch. So that's going to be a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. All three in that same space. And then you're going to skip 2, skip, skip, and in the next space you're going to do another shell. So you're going to do a single crochet. Whoops, I yarned over. I'm going to do a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. And that is all we need to do. So we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, single crochet, half double crochet, and a double crochet, all in that one stitch. And we skip 2 again. So skip, skip, single crochet, half double crochet, and a double crochet. I'm going to slow it down just a little on this next one. So skip, skip. For the single crochet, you insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. For the half double, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull through a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all 3. For the double, you yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over again, and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops again. I'm going to yarn over and only go through 2, then yarn over and go through those last 2. So pretty simple. Again, you're skipping 2 and then doing your shell, which is the single crochet, half double crochet, and a double crochet, all in the same stitch. So that's why this one is done in sets of 3. And if you hear me clearing my throat, it's because I'm getting over the cold my daughter so lovingly brought home from school and shared with the entire family. We encourage sharing, but not germs. Go. So this is the entire pattern. So when we get to row 3, which is the repeat row, we're going to be doing something similar to this. Before I forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, please subscribe. If you have questions or comments about anything, please just leave me a comment. I will respond to you. Okay, so I'm at the very end of my second row. So I'm still going to skip 2, but in the very last stitch, all I'm going to do is a single crochet. So this is what 2 rows look like if you did the foundation row. For row 3, this is going to be our repeat row. This is what we're going to be doing for the rest of the pattern or blanket project, whatever you're doing this stitch with. Go. Okay, so for row 3, you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. And you're going to put a shell in the very first stitch. So we're going to do our single crochet, half double, and our double. Now we're going to continue this only in the single crochets from the row below. So you can see that this is a double, this is a half double, and this is the single. It'll be the lowest one, and it's, you know, we're still skipping 2. So that's where we're going to insert our hook and put our shell, which again is that single crochet, half double, and a double crochet. Now if you make a mistake on this, and I did in my blanket, or I think I put a single crochet and then 2 half doubles occasionally, you can't really tell. So it's not a big issue. If you hear some things in the background, my dog is chasing one of my cats around. She thinks it's fun to chase the kitties. She doesn't hurt them. She just likes chasing. And one of our cats always likes to run. All right, and we're going to continue all the way to the very end, putting a shell in the single crochets from the row below until we get to the end of the row. Now your blanket or project is going to be a lot wider than mine, depending on what you did. But this shows you how you can put a few simple stitches together and make a beautiful pattern. This would look great in stripes if you want to do either a self-striping yarn or stripe it yourself by changing colors. It's really up to you. Okay, so here's my very last stitch. So I'm just, whoops, don't yarn over for the last one. Okay, for my last stitch, all I'm doing is a single crochet. So that's what 3 rows look like. So again, to start my next row, I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work. I'm going to put a shell into this very first single crochet, and just keep going. And that is this cute little pattern. You can see how simple but beautiful it can be. There we go. All right. So if I kept going, you can see that this will start going lighter and then back to darker, like my actual blanket. So that is the Purple Heaven. You can, of course, change the colors. I encourage you using different yarns in any colors you're interested in. And I will see you next time. I hope you enjoy. Bye.